welcome back to Black Girl Cinema. It's your girl Odie signing in. Now today we are going to talk about a movie that really I don't know why this movie happened. I don't know why he did it. I don't know why, but it did happen. And as you can see by the title, this is going to be on Marlon Wayans' 50 Shades of Black. So let me gather myself because this one really did it to me, guys. I couldn't. This is going to be my first not really positive review, but I can't help it because this movie sucked. It sucked, honestly. Marlon Wayans and the Wayans family, they used to be so good at parody films, honestly. Every time there was a parody film that the Wayans did, I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to watch it because it's going to be funny. Especially with the Scary Movie franchise. And not to mention, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Juice in the Hood. It's a really long title, but that is really like a classic parody film. And it was so good. It was so well done. But honestly, I think the time for parody films and the Wayans family is over. And honestly, you know what? I think I blame us. It's our fault. Because we used to always say, oh, Marlon is the funniest Wayans brother. Nobody is funnier than Marlon. So Marlon just doesn't want to stop. He feels like he can do whatever he wants because he's the funniest of the Wayans brothers. And honestly, I think Damon Wayans is funnier than all of the other Wayans brothers. But we're not going to go into that. I just think, like, for example, after the Scary Movie franchise was over and, you know, Marlon Wayans came out with A Haunted House. I was like, well, I haven't seen it. Let me just, I watched it on Netflix and it was good. I enjoyed it. It was funny. I was laughing, yada, yada, yada. So when Haunted House 2 came out and everybody was like, oh, it was terrible, it was awful, I was just like, come on, guys. They said the same thing about Haunted House. I just thought maybe, you know, they were just tired of it. And then I watched Haunted House 2 and I was so uncomfortable watching that film. It was like 25% funny and 75% really, really inappropriate. And I just, like, especially if y'all seen this movie, I know the part I'm talking about. The part with him and the doll, I was just like, what? Why are you doing it? Why are you doing this, Marlon? You too old to be doing stuff like this. I think maybe the parody films are played out. Maybe it was just something for, you know, the early 2000s, you know, the 90s. This is not something that's going to stick anymore because this right here, let's get back to the film. First of all, let's talk about the book, 50 Shades of Grey, that it was based off of. Now, I read this book, and it was after everybody's just like, read 50 Shades of Grey, read 50 Shades of Grey. I'm like, all right, fine. So I went to Barnes & Noble, picked up the set, all three of the books, and I read the first book. It took me like a week, which with fiction, it never takes me that long to read, but it took me like a week to read I'm about to say film. It took me a week to read this book. And it was written horribly. I'm not even gonna lie. I know the E.L. James, she's made a lot of money. You know, she's got this great franchise. But the book sucked. The writing sucked. The words that she used, she used these big words for absolutely no reason. She made a lot of comments that sounded like a 10-year-old wrote this book. Like a 10-year-old who, you know, has never had sex, doesn't know anything about sex, is writing about it. And it was so, I was disgusted. I literally had to, like, stop myself. Like, am I really reading this? And after I finished reading it, I looked at the other two books and I never touched them. Honestly, I don't even know where they are to this day. I never read the last two books because the first one sucked so bad. I don't care what anybody says. So when they said they were making a film, I was just like, I'm not watching that film. Not only because it's some themes that I don't really care to watch, but also because I know how bad the book was. So there's no telling how bad the film was going to be. So I said, I'm not watching this film. I don't care. So when I saw the trailer for 50 Shades of Black, I'm like, oh, that's kind of creative of Marlon Williams. And I do like Marlon Wayans, but, you know, I was thinking I like his parody films. You know, this was before I saw Haunted House 2, by the way, but I was just like, well, let me just go ahead and watch it because, you know, it's Marlon Wayans. Let me support my peoples. This might be funny. The trailer looked like it could be a little bit funny. It was terrible. I think I chuckled maybe twice in the whole hour and 40 so minutes. And if I tell you that this entire theater was quiet pretty much the entire film, it wasn't funny. It just was not funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't clever. It wasn't like, it wasn't anything. It was terrible. This movie was terrible. The only thing I can say that I did like was the way that the film also put in some of the big useless words that the author put in the book. I noticed that and I found that funny, but most of this film was just like wildly vulgar, wildly inappropriate, really like it just wasn't funny. And the biggest thing that really pissed me off was the extra ghetto white roommate. Like, what was up with her? She was doing all kinds of inappropriate stuff. I don't understand why she was dressed the way she was dressed. The makeup, the hair, her talking, like her behavior, everything was just so offensive. And then they tried to put the main chick that was in the film into this like sassy black chick with the attitude, and it was just bothering me that like nothing in this film, again, I chuckled twice. For an hour and 40 minutes, I chuckled twice. So honestly, I hated it. I'm not even going to be nice. I always try to give every film the benefit of the doubt. I said one nice thing, and that was that they used the same crap that the author put in and put it in this film, which was good. It showed the parallel. But honestly, 50 Shades of Black was a terrible film. Marlon Wayans, I'm sorry if you see this video. I still love you, I support you, but this film sucked, and I really think that it's time to steer away from parody films, and maybe you just need to get into some good comedy. You're a funny guy, you make funny jokes, but when everything is vulgar and inappropriate and extra sexual, that's not funny anymore. You're too old. I'm sorry, no offense. You're too old to be doing this. You're over 40 now. I will give you props. You still look good, but you're too old to be making these like elementary and middle school sexual jokes. It's not funny anymore. Like, it's just not funny. I have to give 50 Shades of Black an F. Sorry. I hated it. I hated it. So let me know if you've seen this film, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Did I miss something? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to know. I'll see you next time here on Black Girl Cinema. It's your girl Odie signing out. Bye.